Okay, welcome, 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 welcome to another Sunday program, Nightcap. Today we will be having a bit of a discussion about a taboo topic. Now, listen, let me first say that this is not my opinion. This topic came about because of discussions I was engaged in with, a number of acquaintances, and so I decided to talk about this. So let me just make that clear. I'm not one of the females who believe that a man needs to be abusive in order to prove his love. Likewise, I'm not one of the females who believe that women are supposed to be abusing their men, whether physically or emotionally. So I want to make that clear. It's just a discussion that we're going to have. Welcome, welcome as we prepare to start the show. Don't you go anywhere, we're right here. All right. So, welcome, my viewers. Welcome to another week's episode of the Nightcap program. Now, before I start this show, I want to first say a hearty happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Usually, you are not celebrated enough, and today I celebrate you. You are wonderful. You are awesome. You are important. Without you, the child will not have a holistic development. Happy Father's Day to you all. We love and appreciate you. All right. So today we will be talking a little bit about a lot about abuse. And there are few views that men, women who are faced, or women who experience physical abuse in their relationship is as a result of them being emotionally abusive towards their men. And quite a number of both men and women believe this. And so let us discuss to see if this is really so. Let me know your views. This week, I want you to participate. Of course, I'll have a guest host, Michael Curry, all the way from Canada, of course, a Jamaican living in Canada. He will be joining me shortly on air, and we will talk about this taboo topic. Now, I want you to participate, and in order to participate, you can connect with me via WhatsApp. You can call me at 1-876 367 or you can text me at 1-876 367 and of course you need to use WhatsApp, or you can also participate by sharing your opinion in the chat box. Let us look at some evidence here or some statistics. According to WHO, World Health Organization, violence against women, particularly intimate partner violence and sexual violence, is a major public health problem and a violation of the human rights. Um, the United Nations, UN, defines violence against women as any act of gender-based violence that result in or is likely to result in physical, sexual, or mental harm or suffering to the woman, including threats of such acts, coercion, or arbitrary deprivation of liberty, whether occurring in public or the private life. Excuse me. Now, intimate partner violence refers to the behavior by an intimate partner or ex-partner that causes physical, sexual, or psychological harm, including physical aggression, sexual coercion, psychological abuse, and controlling behaviors. We're not quite done yet. Let's look at sexual violence. Now, sexual violence is any sexual act, pardon, any sexual act, attempt to obtain a sexual act or act directed against a person's sexuality using coercion by any person, regardless of their relationship to the victim in any setting. It includes rape, defined as physical force or otherwise coerced penetration of the vulva or anus with a penis, other body part or object, attempted rape, unwanted sexual touching, and other contact forms. So yes, a husband can rape his wife or sexually violate his wife. Yes, right? So that's sexual violence. Now, it is again, WHO states that most of the violence is intimate partner violence, and almost one third, that is 27% of women aged 15 to 49 years, would have experienced some type of relationship intimacy violence. It can impact on the woman's physical, mental, sexual, and reproductive health negatively. Violence against women is preventable. Again, violence against women is preventable, but we have to work together to prevent that. So those are some insight based on the WHO as it pertains to violence against women. Now let us look at men and the statistics. Now, on average, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. During 1 year, this equates to more than 10 million women and men. Women and men. And to be specific, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men experience severe intimate partner physical violence, intimate partner contact sexual violence, and or intimate partner stalking with impacts such as injury, fearlessness, post-traumatic stress disorder, use of victim services, contraction, or sexually transmitted diseases. Women and men, right? So both women and men experience physical, intimate violence that would include physical violence, intimate partner contact, unwanted intimate partner contact, stalking. So it's not only men stalks, women stalk their exes too, right? So to continue, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner, while 1 in 7 women and 1 in 25 men have been injured by an intimate partner. Additionally, 1 in 10 women, and this is from the national statistics, yes, 1 in 10 women have been raped by an intimate partner. Now there is the data is unavailable on the male victims, and we can explore why that could be the case. Yes, so there's no data. The data is based on the stats here. The data for rape on men is not available. Right now, 1 in 7 women and 1 in 18 men have been stalked by an intimate partner during their lifetime, right? So we want to look at this thing: physical violence, emotional violence, and we are looking at it from the perspective that physical violence on women is as a result of emotional abuse. Physical abuse on women is as a result of emotional abuse on men. Is that true? What are your views? All right, so we have today joining us for this discussion Michael Curry. So don't move a muscle. We will be right back. When I get back, I will be with Michael Curry with this very interesting discussion about abuse. This week on the Nightcap program, we will be presenting you with one of those taboo topics. Yes, you know those topics people are afraid to explore. But nope, not here on the Design to Inspire program. We talk about anything and everything. This week, Sunday, June 19 at 6 p.m. on the Design to Inspire program, we will be talking about physical abuse. The topic: physical abuse on women is as a result of emotional abuse on men. Join us and share in the discussion, as we need to hear from you. What are your views? Yes, what are your views? Do you believe that physical abuse on women is as a result of women being emotionally abusive to men? Come and share with us this Sunday on the Design to Inspire program with your host, Charlene Clark Cura, and our guest host, Michael Curry. You simply can't afford to miss this one. So book your space by hitting that notification bell so that you can be notified when the show begins. That's the Nightcap program this Sunday, June 19 at 6 p.m. on the Design to Inspire program with your host, Charlene Clark Cura. See you there. This week on the Nightcap program, we will be presenting you with one of those taboo topics. Yes, you know those topics people are afraid to explore. But nope, not here on the Design to Inspire program. We talk about anything and everything. This week, Sunday, June 19 at 6 p.m. on the Design to Inspire program, we will be talking about physical abuse. The topic: physical abuse on women is as a result of emotional abuse on men. Join us and share in the discussion, as we need to hear from you. What are your views? All right, welcome back, my viewers, and thank you for waiting. Now, live on air, we have Michael Curry. Michael, welcome to the Nightcap program. Brilliant, brilliant. So, Michael, our topic for today is physical abuse is as a result of emotional abuse on women. So, physical abuse on women is as a result of emotional abuse on men. It's something that I've heard very often, quite often. Men believe that women pushes them to their limits, and sometimes the best way to act is to become physical, right? And so we're going to look at that topic, and our listeners will also, our viewers will also participate. And let's start with you, Michael. What is your idea on abuse? What is your belief? Hmm. 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 So you're saying that a man should be strong enough not to allow a woman to get him to act out of character, so to speak. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Okay. Cool. Nice. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Right. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Right. Mm-hmm. But why? If why would your reaction be to slap her? If she's not being physical with you, why would your reaction requires a physical one? Hmm. I don't want to agree with you. Listeners, viewers, put some opinion in the chat there. So Michael is saying that a woman's strength is her mouth, and so the man's reaction to that is to hit her because that is his strength. But what do you think about that? Yes, continue. Right. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Right. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Right. Right. Hmm. All right. So let us talk a little bit now. Let us talk about women being emotional abusive. What comes to mind when you hear that? A woman being emotionally abusive towards her man. What comes to mind? Her partner, her husband. Right. Right, right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But but is it just that he's not doing enough for her? What about other things? Like, what I've heard men say is that, women can be very nagging, demanding, they can be very vindictive. Mm-hmm. Right. 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 Right, and that is another problem, you see, because of how men were cultured. men were cultured that, listen, if you respond verbally, you know, you can be seen as a sissy, you know, you can be seen as a, yes.
You know what I mean? You're not a real man because, oh, you don't, you're hard, you this, you do this. You must take it, right?
Right. That's my phone coming in. All right, we're having a call coming in. All right. Michael, are you still there? Okay, go ahead. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you know. The man see you some man that okay, a woman will see a confident man, a man that is loving, he's sure of love. You know what I mean? Hugs her, kisses her, he's walking down the street, he wants to hold her hand. And she will look at that as him being a weak man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As
Right.
he's being a sissy because no real man no hugging woman he loves her.
But
You
hold on,
understand?
stick up in a little bit, Michael. Remember, listeners, viewers, if you want to participate, you can call on 1-877-367-0127 via WhatsApp. Do participate and let us hear your opinion. Just stick up in there, Michael. You said that some men believe that a man should not hug his woman. Explain that. I've never heard that one before.
Okay. So say for example now, we as Jamaican, we've never been brought up with getting hugs from from the parents or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So as a man, you are not allowed to hug another woman or hug your girl or anything like that, show affection on the road or anything like that to your woman. A
Mm-hmm.
man, other woman, look woman, you're the same woman that you're with. Would look on you and think you're strange and think that you're weak and because it's showing affection.
Right. Right.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of and things like that. So you see a lot of men, even though they want to show affection, they can't show it because in the woman eye they will look weak.
Right. And
You
Michael, do you believe that because of this belief, a woman now uses his weakness against him by being emotional? I mean, what do you think
oh, for
about that?
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. Because she know that he only can respond one way. He respond only one way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you have some women out there that think that if their man don't beat them, that man don't love them.
Right.
You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
they do whatever they can to put the man into that situation to hit them.
Right.
You understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do, if you're not the type of man to be the man to hit her whenever, she's gonna walk all over you because she's gonna think that oh you're weak, you're sissy,
But
you're this and you're that.
just as how you have the men who believe that they are tough and strong. Those type of women you are describing are those women who believe in violence. Wouldn't you agree? Like you do have some women who believe that to be in a relationship means that there must be a time or two or 10 or 100 where you have to be violent against each other, because if there is no violence in the relationship, it means that there is lack of love and affection. What do you think about that view?
That view is so 100% so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because if yeah, no matter what it is, if you have to beat your woman or your woman put her hands on you in a relationship, that relationship is not a relationship either you should be in.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? Because you can't be in a loving relationship and think that violence is a way to keep this relationship going.
Mm-hmm.
And that means one person is always going to be scared of the next one.
Right, right, right.
You
and
understand
and
me?
and and,
And
and
what
there
kind of
is a
relationship
there
can
is
you have
a
if you're scared of someone?
there is a fair factor there. I want to
Yeah,
go back.
exactly. And how can you love somebody if you fear them? Huh? You cannot love someone if you fear me, you can't love me. No, because you're gonna think that every time you see me, you're gonna think, oh shit, oh God, I hope I'm doing this right. I hope I'm doing this right. oh, I gotta get off the phone because my husband is gonna be here soon. My boyfriend is gonna be here soon. I can't be on the phone when he comes in.
But
It just does not work.
I, I
Because now you have children in that relationship, and it's gonna be everybody's gonna be fearing you.
right. But
You
Michael,
understand me?
Michael, I like where you're going, and I don't want to sound as though I'm the devil's advocate, but I believe that fear that you're talking about now, it is something that has to do with how the relationship is built. For example, if we have if we have a trust issue in the relationship, if we have a trust issue in the relationship, then you might find fear, meaning that okay, I don't trust you, you don't trust me, and we're doing some things that we ought not to be doing. So if you're home, for example, and let's say cheat and cheat, we're cheating on each other, um, and I know that you are serious when it comes to cheating, and you might be abusive towards me because if you find out that I'm cheating, nonetheless, my flesh is weak, and so I'm going to take the chance. Now, you being there, I'm fearful for my phone, my telephone to my mobile phone to be, to ring or anything of the sort, and so you have that fear. In addition, my it is my belief that if a woman is fearful of her man, or a man is fearful of his woman, it means therefore that they were not meant to be together, to begin with. Or if they are together, it's how they would have developed that type of relationship.
Listen, if you don't have trust in a relationship, that's the biggest thing you got to have in a relationship is trust. And without that trust, there's no relationship. You understand me? You cannot build a house without steel and without cement and sand and gravel. You
Right,
cannot
right.
do that.
Pause a
So
little bit. Let
trust
me
is the
let me
foundation
share. Hold
of
something.
every relationship.
Hold on to that thought, Michael. Let me share something that I just got on my phone from one of the viewers, and this is from a male, and he said to me that he was told in a relationship before that if they are not arguing, then something is wrong with the relationship. So his person would have told him that it is necessary to have arguments in the relationship.
Yes, I know a woman like that. I met a woman like that once.
Mm-hmm.
She was nice girl, sexy, look good,
Right.
and thing like that. And trust me, I went at her hard.
Right.
Got me? And thing, we're there on one night to tell me that her baby father used to beat her up every time.
Right.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
If they live together, if he come in late, because where she live now, he doesn't have a key for her house
Right.
and things like that. Still comes here and he's kicked off the door numerous times. So I said, why do you allow that to happen?
Mm-hmm.
She
Mm-hmm.
said, well, in a relationship you should be in, if the man don't beat her, she doesn't feel like they're in a relationship. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
where you get that from? And it's a generational thing. Her mother, that's the way her mother was. Her grandmother got beaten by men. Her older sister got beaten by men. When I said to her, I said, she said, that's how they said love is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she felt.
Right.
And she said, every boyfriend she has from she was 13 years old beat her up.
Mm-hmm.
When she said that
Wow.
to me, all the sexual feeling I had for her just died.
Wow. Wow.
It just died because, number one, I will not be in a relationship where I have to beat up a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And number two, how the hell you beat a woman and you don't see her right now?
Right. 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 No.
And
Right.
number three, when I was 7 years old, I promised my mother that I would never hit a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why did you
Because
make that promise
when
to her?
I was 7 years old, I was coming from school one evening, I see my mother and my father fight out the road.
Mm-hmm.
And I grab a bottle, a broken bottle, and I jump on my father and start to stab him with the bottle.
Wow.
You understand me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then when he flashed me off his back, he looked at me and he goes, he's done with me. You and your fucking mother can die if y'all like here.
Right.
He walks away. I never seen that man again till I was about 14.
Wow.
And I saw him for one time. The last time I seen him was 1997 was the last time I've seen my father.
Wow.
You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like that man hold a grudge against me since then, and I'm his only son. You understand? And I promised my mother then and there that I would never hit a woman.
Brilliant.
And I try my best to keep that promise.
Have you ever been in a relationship, Michael, that pushed you to the edge though, because of the emotional abuse?
Oh yes, I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. But as I said, you have to be the stronger person.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a big guy, and if I hit someone, especially a woman, she ain't getting up. You understand me?
Right, right.
So whenever this woman drive me to that, where I'm in that position, no matter what, if I'm living out with her, I get up and I leave. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I get up and I leave, and I'll probably go by one of my friends and chill till daylight.
Right.
You understand me? If I'm not living with her and I'm at her place, I get up and I leave and go home. But I'm not going to hit a woman.
Right. All right.
I,
You heard, I'm not sure if you heard earlier when I was sharing some statistics. One of them that, was, well, I wouldn't say surprising, but cause for concern was that of the reports about rape, right, or unwanted sexual advance. There were no reports as it pertains to men experiencing this type of abuse, but you had women reporting this. Is it that, Michael, in your view, is it that men are not being abused by women sexually?
of course I do. But the thing is this: rape is considered when penetration happens,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So when a man says he's raped, there's no way they're saying that a woman can rape a man because the woman cannot penetrate the man.
Right. But
You understand?
go ahead, yes.
They said a woman can't penetrate the man, so therefore there's no rape.
Mm-hmm.
But there is rape because you have a man come home he's not in the mood and stuff like that, but the woman is. So
Right.
what does she do? She forces the situation and gets what she wants. Once she gets what she wants, she's all good.
Mm-hmm.
She don't care about how you feel afterwards. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But if she goes to the police and says he's been raped, how does that happen? How does that occur?
Well, what I believe is that the police would take the report and do the investigation. I'm not sure what would happen thereafter.
No, it's not gonna happen. They're gonna just turn him away. And then at the same time, they're gonna be laughing at him.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of men that women raping, but they don't report it and they don't say nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because other man would look on them and say them are idiots.
Right.
All that complaints say you wanna rape when you happen to me again.
Right.
And when I do not feed you, just I get it. What do you complain about?
Right.
But that's not the complaint. The thing is the emotional effect that have on that person.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? And like I said, we are conditioned not to complain or talk about certain things.
Right.
So you take it and you just go with the flow. Which you might know if you do the same thing to a woman, you can be arrested and charged for rape. You understand me?
So would you say would you say then it's unfair to the men to to be held accountable for all these things while women are are allowed to walk free, so to speak?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As even though as I said, penetration is what considered rape.
Mm-hmm.
In her eyes right now, if you touch a woman, let's say a woman, you squeeze a woman, let's say you slap her up on her ass, she can charge you for a sexual harassment.
Right.
You know? But if a woman come and feel up a man dick and slap him on him or something like that, hey, what are you complaining about? You know what I mean? You're a man, you should feel good. A woman I feel up your thing.
Right. 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 Mm-hmm.
It's the emotional effect about that man. You have a man out there that man married and thing, and married in a serious relationship. He don't consider that an appropriate behavior because he's trying to be with his woman. That's his woman. He's not considering any other woman. So for
Right.
another woman to come do that to him,
He feels
he's assaulting him.
violated. He feels violated.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because he wasn't inviting you to do that. You understand? He wasn't in.
So, Michael, I'm not sure
You
if
want to do that.
right, I kind of missed you a little for a second there, for a moment there, but I'm not sure if you saw the viral video going around. Um, this picture of this woman and a male voice explaining what happened to her. This would have been her partner, and the woman was killed by him. Did you see that viral video?
No, I didn't. I can't say that I did.
Okay. Right. So he took her life because he based on what he was verbalizing, he took her life because she was having a relationship with some other man, and he told her to go, and she told him that she's with him only, and all those stories. He found out that she was cheating on him, and he was hurt by it because he was spending his money on her and her family, and so he killed her. But while he was explaining what happened, there was absolutely no remorse in his voice. You know, there was absolutely no remorse in his voice because it would seem as though he was explaining the reason, the cause for it, and he was not justifying the cause. He was not only justifying the cause, he was also stating
So
that it is
that's right.
right. Am I still with you? Have I lost you?
No, I'm here now. Yeah.
Right, right. So he was stating the fact that he had all right to do this because, in his term, she took him for a fool. But Michael, you know that men goes through. I mean, both women and men experience those things. The sad part of it, in most cases, the woman end up losing her life.
Listen, man. In life, everyone has choices. You have the right choice to make, you have the wrong choice to make. Now, if he suspects she's cheating on him and then he found out that she was cheating on him, he has the right to walk out of that relationship and the choice to do what he did, and he chose to do to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
There's no if or but about it. That's the choice he makes. And once he makes that choice, he makes up his mind that he can live with it.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's doing now is trying to justify what he did to make it think that he was right in doing what he does. You understand me?
Right.
No man like that, right? You have a right. If that woman and you in a relationship and she's cheating on you, you walk away from that woman. You see, as I said, men have a thing where they will think that they are the power in a relationship. They think that, oh, this I'm a woman, I mean, I can go, this I'm going to sleep with Jean, I can sleep with Janet down the road.
Right.
And think that the woman in the yard must take it. No, this woman decided to go out now and say, okay, screw it. She never sleep with Tony Tony across the street.
Right. Right.
You understand? The man find out now. Him out there while on the whole place, you know.
Right.
But him find out that the woman will sleep with a man one time all day. All of a sudden, she's this and she's that, and oh, she do that to him, and and it causes problems like this.
Right.
You understand me?
Can you?
So, a man think that he should, but the woman shouldn't. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you see, you have to be able to. If you can do the crime, you got to do the time. Yeah,
right.
And if you can cheat, she can cheat too. You understand? Because once you go out there, you go cheat on your woman, you break the trust that she has in you.
All right. So it's not. I said that and many other things because when we talk about emotional abuse, it's not just women using their mouth to say things that would hurt the man verbally. It's their actions. Now, let's change it to another topic, and I'm sure you would have had some experience. I mean, not literally, but you would have known of situation. No, you have women who would fall in love with a man in a different country, and America is where everybody wants to be, and file for the for her boo, and as soon as he gets there, it's a different person. She'll begin to treat him terribly. She begin to do opposite of what she promised to him, and in many cases it forces the man's hand.
Okay, you see in a situation like that, like in this country, in Canada, they refer to Canada as a woman country.
Right.
I
A
know
woman
this one
country.
girl. I know this one girl, and so far she has already brought about 3 men here already. And she married and brought here, and every one of them she brought here, they left.
Wow.
All because of the way once they're there, how she treats them.
So
You
she
know,
didn't.
so
So
she treats them like
she didn't learn the first time. Well, let's say she didn't know. The second time she still did
because
not learn, and the third time.
the spirit of this woman is just evil.
Okay.
You understand me? She's just evil. She wants to show the man that this is a woman country and she rules. You understand?
Oh.
Because she knows that if she pick up the phone and call the police, they're gonna come and they're gonna take him away.
Wow.
Which like he's not gonna do that to her. You understand? Some of these guys know before they turn on and beat her out, they walk away. You understand me? They walk away and leave her. Now she's on the verge of doing it again to bring another man here. You understand? But each time she does it, she makes it look like it's the man's fault. It's the man that come here and want to leave her because I want to do this or I want to do that. You understand?
Right.
While she and this man was in Jamaica, everything was hunky dory, everything was fine. I remember she did this to one guy that she was been with in Jamaica for how long? Years to do with this guy. She come up here and she tell about the guy down in Jamaica, oh, she's pregnant.
Right.
Thing like that. Because that's the guy that tell me he was about to leave her.
Right.
So he all the man should tell, and from the guy should tell the guy that now the guy feels good. Because no mother did that to have a child on the way and thing like that. And thing, you know what I mean? The girl even sent him sonograph of what the doctor take while she was pregnant. Take her friend thing and send her to the guy. You understand? When she go not go to Jamaica that whole time, you know. Because she go to Jamaica, is like going to find out that she's pregnant.
Wow.
She gonna know when to call the guy and tell him, oh, she have the baby, she have a son and thing like that, and Ray, and thing on him feel happy knowing they're Jamaica, tell everybody send him a picture of baby. You understand? So everything is on the door because picture is there, everything is there. 6 months down the line now, She sent him text, she called him and tell him, say, oh, the baby died. You
Wow.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the baby died. The baby going at the cupboard and I must have drink bleach or something. So the baby dead. No, she go back at Jamaica, she come now because she want to come see him and thing like that.
Right.
He not bad at
So
say,
he
say, it didn't happen.
so
When we found out
he's
what
still.
happened now,
Mm-hmm.
when we found out what happened, his her brother girlfriend went to Jamaica with her brother, with her brother, and two them know from a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And he make it slip, say, why, his son said, why, the baby where she have been dead. And the girl looked at him and said, what baby, she never been pregnant.
Wow.
And so the guy I find out know what's going on.
Right.
You understand?
What was his reaction when he found out?
Oh, it was messed up, man. And you know the thing about it, he still end up being with her, you know. Still end up being with her. She married him and bring him here, bring his daughter here also with him.
Mm-hmm.
And within 3 months,
They separated.
I'm telling you, man, this girl locked this guy out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So he cannot come in and things like that. And then when he comes in, you know, my time that guy had to sleep at my house, my apartment, because I was like 3 doors down from her.
Right.
And we were friends. And she's like 3 doors down. But this girl has a toxic mind, a toxic way of thinking. She like to send men to jail. Understand me? She like to send men to jail and claiming, oh, this man raped her, this man beat her up or whatever.
So,
You know what I mean?
so when
That's
he
how she
found
is.
out he was never he did not physically abuse her.
No,
Okay.
because he's not that type of guy.
Right. Okay.
Not that type of guy, but he forgave her.
He forgave
And
her.
yeah, and everything worked out. She him come to Canada. You know the girl that he leave her for lived 2 doors down the hall from her. And a white girl like that too.
Right.
Because she locked him out and thing, and I said to her, listen to me. You're locking out this man out of your house. You know much woman on this very building I look from this man. And so this girl, this man in a bathtub, I take a shower, I take a bath, and this girl take picture of the naked man and paste them all over the building in the lobby.
Wow.
You understand? When you upset with him.
Wow.
And think the man had spent a couple of days, about 2 weeks in spend on my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Then he decided that the white girl around the corner started to treat him nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I did so. In taking time and I did so window. You know, see, and I think him and that well.
Right. So let me ask you this though.
So when man come to this country and man bring woman to this country, they treat them like sometimes the woman the man them come here, they treat the woman, them get what them want, them here.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So them can do whatever they want, them lift the woman. I remember one girl bring a guy here,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy was here for 2 weeks and she come from work one evening. Nothing for the guy in the house, nothing.
Wow.
You know where the guy end up? The guy end up in New York.
Wow.
And she never lay eyes on him again.
Wow. So it goes both ways.
This girl I know take this guy off of the farm. And say, boy, she got married to this guy. And I say the way this girl treat this guy hard because she have the control of him. Say if she not do it, if she don't do it for him, he can't go nowhere.
Wow.
This woman I'll beat up the man.
What?
When this woman come home from work, food supposed to be cooked, house supposed to clean, the laundry supposed to be done. He can't go nowhere. He can't speak on the phone after 10 o'clock. He can't do nothing. You understand me? That's how she deal with the man.
What was his reaction? What was his reaction though? How did he react to that type of treatment?
He doesn't like it, but he couldn't do nothing. because in his mind, if he does anything,
He will not get his papers.
she's gonna act on her threats to him and
Wow.
get him deported.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was what she was scared of. He was scared of.
Mm-hmm.
And he lived that life for about 2.5 years. The woman even get the paper, didn't get his paper, you know, and she didn't even tell him that he got it. He got his landed papers, his social insurance number, and she did not tell him that she got them.
Because she wanted to hold it.
He wasn't allowed to check the mail.
Wow.
And so when she checked the mail, she found that he got everything, and she didn't say nothing to him for about a year. You know how he found out? He was going through some of her things and packing away laundry, and that's how he found it. And he found it. He didn't even say nothing. He just packed right away and just leave the house
with the papers.
With the papers. Yeah, he just leave.
Let me ask you a question. I mean, viewers, listeners, come on, let's share let's share what is your opinion. Remember, WhatsApp 1-876-367-0127. We're winding down now. You can share your opinion in the chat or you can also WhatsApp me. But let me ask you this though, Michael. In your opinion, in your view, men who go who experience these types of engagement treatment, do you believe that it affects them throughout the rest of their lives if they don't seek help?
Well, like I said, it depends on who the man is. You understand me? Because, like, with that guy knew he was going to be a light at the end of this tunnel. And once he found out he got his papers and everything, he saw his light. You know what I mean? He was able to talk about it and everything, so that kind of tell me that he's on his way to recover from it. Yeah, that's because he can talk about it.
Right.
Whenever you talk about a trauma, that means you're getting over it. You know what I mean? So, right now you see that guy's prospering. He's in a loving relationship with some children with another girl. And he's living beautifully, you understand?
Right. So he was able to.
You can get over it. You understand? But at the same time, you have to have people in your corner that is willing to help you. You know what I mean? Because these things can be very traumatizing. It can kill lose trust in a woman and all those type of things.
Right.
You know, it will make you feel fear committed to a relationship because you don't know just from that one treatment that you get from that one person.
Right.
So it can be anything. And like I said, with black men, we don't like to do these type of therapy thing. They don't think about it because it's not them. You know what I mean? Seeing therapists and stuff like that make you feel weak in front of your friend, them eyes and all of that. And we need to get over that type of thing.
Right.
We need to stop thinking like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
We need to start getting help for certain problems that we have. You know what I mean? That's why you see men who grew up in certain ways and react to women in certain ways because they have no one to talk to about their problem with. Yeah, like, because some man in the house with their woman and they can't discuss their problem with their woman. They can't discuss their emotion or their feeling. They can't talk to their woman about that. Because the woman said that she should be hearing that from her man. From her man, because that makes the man look weak. You know, and all the man wants is just to talk about his feelings and how certain things react to him and how he reacts to certain things.
Right.
So I would never say, boy, this man don't talk to me, don't do not. Well, the man, if you got to understand, it's what the man is how we were brought up.
Right.
We have things we would like to talk about, but we can't because you don't know what the reaction from the woman is going to be.
No, but hold on. I don't hold on, Michael. Michael, stick a pin right there. Why would a man not talk to his woman? If you feel comfortable with the woman, you should not feel any you should not be afraid to have a discussion, a dialogue with your woman. I mean, why would, because women are
Yes.
women
You
are
can have dialogue with your woman,
mhm.
but certain things a man doesn't feel like he should talk to his woman about because he doesn't know what her reaction is going to be.
I find that to be
You understand?
strange. I
So,
find that to be strange. I find when you're in a relationship, and since we're having a discussion, yeah, I find when you're in a relationship, if you have any sort of fear in having that dialogue with your partner, then something is fundamentally wrong with the relationship. I find it strange where you're going through
yes,
something
you
and
find
you
it
are
strange.
afraid.
That's for sure. And
Yes.
it is strange.
Hmm.
It is strange, but like I said, it's the way the man is brought up. The man will sit down and talk to his woman about the financial issue of the house. He'll talk about the well-being of the children. He'll talk about the mortgage to be paid. But when it comes to emotional stuff,
Hmm.
you will find that harder to talk to her about. You understand? You sit there and listen to her speak about her emotional feelings and everything like that.
Right. Welcome,
But you find it
Veronica.
very hard.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm.
find it very hard to bring up his emotional problems that he has.
All right.
You understand? Because as a man growing up, especially like black men,
Mm-hmm,
you understand? We were taught to be strong. We were taught not to talk about certain things.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You understand? We were taught to just grin and bear it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think what we were brought up to do, that talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We're not brought up to talk about, oh, John, you know, I said, boy, this is this and that is that and thing, and you're feeling this way and thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, you woman are look for you. I mean, you're with a woman for a while, so you kind of know the woman temperament and who she is. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you feel like, say, okay, you can talk to this woman, and this woman will listen to you because you know this woman is there for you. So that give you the courage now to speak to her about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes, so
Because you
that
know that
so we
she
go back to
will
what
be there.
we're back at what I suggested or stated before. Once you are in a relationship and you feel comfortable talking with your partner, there should be no fear. If you have a fear because of the fact that you don't know how the woman or how the man is going to react, then something is wrong. Because you should feel comfortable enough to talk to your partner. Matters not how you were, grown, but it takes two. I agree with you. It takes two.
You see, it's all has to do with that trust issue too. You know what I mean? But like I said, after you're with a woman, you're supposed to know how much trust you can talk, how much you can talk to this woman about.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And what you can talk to her about. Because you have some woman, if you say, okay, you can trust in this woman and you talk to her about certain things. And then she going to talk to her girlfriend about it. Her girlfriend start to sneak her next thing you know.
It becomes it becomes I mean a community discussion. It becomes a community talk. It's no
And
longer private.
that girlfriend will keep her secret.
Right.
You understand? But as they said, it's true. You should be, if you're with a woman, you should be able to talk to her about certain things. But trust me, that's going to take a while for a man to open up about certain things
All right.
to your to his woman.
All right. So
You understand?
let me ask you the question now. And I want you to speak to it directly. Do you believe that physical abuse on a woman is a result of emotional abuse on a man? Do you believe that there is some truth in that statement?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I
Mhm,
do.
mhm,
There's about 80, 75, 80% of truth in that.
mhm,
And like I said, if you're a strong enough man, you know, you can walk away from that.
mhm, mhm,
You
mhm,
understand me? But some men don't think that. Like I always said to a woman, if men are in the house together and we are arguing, I always said to her, if we're in the house arguing, it's fine. You tell me whatever you want to tell me and stuff like that. But you see, the minute we get dressed and go outside, you leave the argument in the house.
Mm-hmm.
because efforts will kill you. You understand?
Right.
Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassment will kill you. When we get back to the house, you're free to pick up the argument again. But outside, we're the most loving couple.
I find a problem, and that is a problem in and of itself as well, too, Michael. The whole pretense, because you find that a lot of, and that is where you will find a lot of abusive relationship happening behind closed doors, and none. I'm not just saying the woman, but both the woman and the man, depending on who is the abuser, and who is the abused, cannot get any help because they hide it behind closed door, and so they will just I mean, have
Okay, let
this
me show you
toxic
something.
relationship.
Let me show you something. You see a man that abuse a woman behind closed door,
Hmm.
you will never abuse that woman in public.
You really think so, Michael?
Yes. A woman abuser, and I'm talking about the serial abuser that every woman is with.
Hmm.
She got me beat and things like that. He will not hit her on the road.
Hmm.
If she does something that he doesn't like out there,
Hmm.
as soon as he gets home, she gets the punishment.
Hmm.
But out on the road, he's going to pretend that they're the best couple. They're in love and they're the best couple there is. Because he doesn't want to bring attention to that. You understand? He's going to put that thing out there. Everybody around there.
Hmm.
He's going to think that they're in the best relationship.
Right, 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 right.
Understand me?
Hmm.
Because she can't say nothing. And you remember, you see an abuser tries to cut his woman off from her family and her friends.
True,
Yeah.
true,
So that way
true.
you keep her to yourself. Okay, if you're in a relationship with a man that abuses you,
And think about the
and you
woman
live,
as well, because
and
it's both ways, Michael.
you live at Kingston, and you
Hmm.
have all your friends them there, your family over there,
Hmm.
somebody where you can run to when they meet you up. Eventually, that man is going to move you from that area of Kingston and put you somewhere else.
True.
And if you notice that your friends and your family them still coming around, next thing you want to tell us, well, you get a job at Westmoreland, we have to move to Westmoreland.
Right. True. Yeah, there's
That
some
way you
truth in
take
that.
away from everybody. When you go to Westmoreland, you don't know no one. And you're not allowed to talk to anyone but who he brought to the house.
True.
Yeah, understand me?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
if you, with the person that he brought to the house, if you see them out the road without me, you don't say nothing to them.
Yeah.
That's how an abuser work. You see the same girl I was telling you about?
Right.
After I decided I don't want to sleep with her anymore, we still remain friends because I'm trying to talk her into letting her realize that the way she's living and the way the relationship
It's
wrong.
wrong. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Right.
One day she comes to me and she tell me, oh, the guy's going to move to BC and he wants to take me with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, and I get upset with her right away. And I say, why would you want to go to BC with this guy? Oh, because he promised that everything's going. Mr. Girlfriend, he's bringing you somewhere where you don't know anyone.
So he can continue to abuse you.
Exactly. If he kill you out there, there's nobody there. And nobody know you, nobody knows him. You become a Jane Doe. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, she didn't go with him. And then you find out he didn't go either. You
Interesting.
understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Because his whole plan was to take her away.
From her familiar.
Yes, because she have a little sister, you know. And this little sister have a rebel. You understand me? Because this little sister hang out with me.
Mm-hmm.
And thing, and she prayed her. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's why when he used to come to the sister house, he comes late at night.
Mm-hmm.
When we live on the corner and we move off of the corner and thing.
Right.
That time him sneaking at the complex. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And if he sneaks in the complex and he go in our house in the night and him see her, him turn back. Because this little girl, this little sister want to kill him.
Right. She's
Yeah,
a ruffian. She's defending her sister.
Nobody can do she. You can't mess with her, man.
Right.
So you
Right.
big like a tree man and that girl like rush you same way.
Right. Right. Right.
That's how she is. You know, see, and because he knew this, that's why he wanted to take her away.
Right. All
You
right,
know,
Michael.
when you go see them on the road, you never know that type of relationship. But you can see certain reaction. Like she pass me up on the road, she don't look for me. You understand me? She don't look at me. You know, one day me him beat her up so bad. That's me tell you, say, I hold him one night, I almost kill him.
Right.
I beat that boy till him weak.
Mm-hmm.
You know, see, and I remember who he is.
Right.
I will move to her,
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? And from that day, him stop talking, him not come by her no more.
Right.
Because she was sneaking and sneaking. We slung in my car one night and wait on him.
Right.
And when he thinks nobody not see him, he not see him. Yeah, man. From that, him not mess with her again.
Okay. All right, Michael.
See,
So let me wrap up now. We are 18 minutes over the time. It's a very interesting. Probably I'll have to bring back part two. But final, let me just wrap up with you finally. Do you believe it can be fixed? The statistics, the research done stated that abuse can be fixed. Do you believe it can be fixed? And if so, how?
it really can be fixed, yes, but the two party have to be willing participant in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The two party have to be willing participant.
Mm-hmm.
Because if each person is not fully committed to try and make a change,
Mm-hmm.
then it will not happen.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People just put a front and make it look like, yeah, I'm interested in doing it, and but they're not. That's why if I say to one say, yo, we're not this abusive relationship, just pack up your shit and go.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? Because no matter what you do, this guy's not going to change his attitude towards you. So you might as well leave. You know what I mean? And that's a hard thing to do for a woman that is getting abused.
Right. Right.
She has to want to leave. Because if she does not want to leave, there's nothing no one can say that is going to make her leave.
Until she wants it.
Until she decides that enough is enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's even if somebody talk her into leaving and she leave with that person for a couple of days, a month, eventually she's going to go back. Because that man, once he found her and he talked to her one time or talked to her, he knows exactly what to say to her to get her back.
To get her back. To yes. Yes.
You understand? So until she makes up her mind that well, this is it, this is done, I'm done, then
And only then.
it'll be done.
I want to thank you so very much, Michael, for joining us on the Nightcap program right here on the Design to Inspire channel. It was a healthy discussion, and I'm sure our viewers, our listeners would agree. You have shared some very valid points. But abuse, it does not matter if you're male or female, abuse is wrong, and we should learn to respect our partners, but we should first learn how to respect ourselves. Thank you so very much, Michael, and be good. Like I say, be inspired. Now, viewers, this is where we come to the end of the show. And I'd like to say thank you so very much. Please, if you know someone who is being abused, help as much as you can or get help. Abuse is wrong. It does not matter because what I find sometimes is when a man is being abused by a woman, some people finds it funny. Oh, it's woman time, and yes, it's been a while. Men have been abusive to women, and now the woman is standing up for herself, and all these things. It does not matter if it's male or female. Abuse is wrong. Whether it is emotional abuse or physical abuse, it is wrong. We do not have the right to be abusive to each other. So let us see how best we can build on healthy relationship and ensure that we respect the relationship by respecting ourselves. This is where I say to you, listeners, viewers, Thank you so very much for participating today. And you've been quiet. You've been so quiet. And I hope, I sincerely hope that we would have shed some light on the topic. We would have shift the paradigm a little bit in terms of how we, view abusive relationship. Men are at a disadvantage because of how people treat them when they report abuse. And it depends on the type of abuse. To report a sexual abuse is a no for a man. And I want to say that it does not matter if you're male or female, once the individual is a victim of abuse, he or she has the right to seek help. He or she has the right to report it. And let us help in a different way. Viewers, listeners, we've come to the end of the Nightcap program. Be inspired.